Hello everyone, this is Woodman, and well, today I am very excited as NAMM 2015, the music show, is going on, and Nord has announced the Nord Electro 5 and 5D. I am very excited for this. I mean, the first thing you're probably wondering is why is a gaming channel, talking about music and stuff like that, but you may not know it, but music is very important to my life. Like aside from gaming, it's basically gaming and music, the two main things in my life. But anyways, Nord, the best keyboards on the market in my opinion. I mean, you can have other opinions, like Yamaha, some people say they're bad. They're really not bad. They make some pretty good instruments like the Motif and all those models. Those are great. And then Korg is great, like the Kronos, which I believe they just came out with the Kronos 2 at NAMM 2015. But Nord, if you can afford it, which I can't, maybe someday I can, if you can afford the price of paying a few $1,000s for a keyboard, you'll never be disappointed with it. And the Electro 4 is just, it's been out for a long time. If we quickly hop over to that. So yeah, here we have the Nord Electro 4. And you may not be able to see that much difference, but, well, let's just go right into it. So, once again, three models. We have just the 61 key with drawbars. That's what the D stands for, by the way. It stands for drawbars. And then we have the 73 key with drawbars. And then we have the Hammer Action Portable, or HP. And as you see here, we have, I guess you could call them, like, digital drawbars. But, yeah, Hammer Action weighted keys. These, I would assume, are either semi-weighted, probably like synth action is what I would call it, I guess. And so, splits and layers. That is huge. We've seen the Stage 2, the ultimate keyboard of Nord, as some people will call it, but way out of the price range of most people, unless you want to pay like $5,000 for it. Of course, it is worth it, but really, a lot of people can't afford that. But let's just talk about the Electro for now. I mean, $3,000 is a lot, but a little bit more affordable. I guess it's a little bit more in the range. If you're my age, of course, it's a lot. But anyways, 1 gigabyte of memory for the piano library. That's also a big plus. That may not seem like a lot, 1 gigabyte, but compared to what we've seen in the past, that is great. So let's talk about the display right now. And scroll down to there. This is new. This display right here is even more high-tech than the Stage 2, I'm pretty sure. I'll quickly show you the Stage 2. Yeah, so this is the Stage 2. As you can see, it's a lot more high-tech, but the display itself really isn't. So the Electro 5's display is really, it brings up the price a little bit, but it's really just great. So, the organ section is pretty much the same as the Electro 4, except they add a few over here. Before, we just had the Farfisa, the Vox Continental, and the B3. Now we have a pipe organ, just the B3 or the B3 plus bass. So it will be like a split keyboard pretty much. The lower end will be a bass, and the higher end will be more of a treble B3 organ, which is pretty good. And that's about it for the organ section update. Except also, yeah, the rotary emulator, or not really an emulator, I guess you could call it that, but now instead of having a foot pedal, you can still have the foot pedal, or you can have it like on the underside of the keys around here, I'd say. Yeah, right there. It's not on the HP, of course, because that's mostly for pianists, not for organists. Next, piano section. So yeah, the piano section hasn't changed that much. It might be a little different, but pretty much the same. But now we have the sample synth. So this is not like a whole synth section. If you want that, you got to get a stage 2, or you could just get the Nord Lead A1. But this is basically just for their sample libraries. As you can see right here, you can download and edit samples and then put them into the instrument through USB. So this is really useful, you know, like to have the synths like this, like more accessible than before, which is great. And now the effects section. This has been updated, like not that much, but it's a good update. So we still have the equalizer just like the Electro 4, and then same effects for the most part right here. But then we have the delay, and it's a little bit different than before with the reverb, and also this is now black. I think it used to be gray. Yeah, it was gray. And looks like we have a few different settings than on the Electro 4, which is pretty good. And I'm not really sure about these low and up settings. I don't know if it's for split or something, but, and also this says part select instead of just on and off. Ignore that, guys, that was just my iPad. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that. So, I mean, we'll see, you know. It's not going to be, like, available to buy until maybe, like, April or something is what they're saying, but I've seen a few demos of it, which I'll put in the description if you want to actually hear this thing, because there's no, like, samples on the library yet. That will come, though. It will come. So, next we have, let's look at this picture. So the program section, you know, this has always been here, but now it is a lot different. We have a mix right here for the split or layer, which is what I really like. So in your synth section, which would be over here, you could have, let's just say like a string sound, and then over here is your piano section. Say in there you have just a grand piano, and you want the piano to overpower the strings, you would just turn this towards the piano section. You know, it makes sense, and now the piano's overpowering the strings, or vice versa. So very simple to use that in real time, which is really nice. And as you can see, we now have organ, piano, and synth now, and part upper and lower, which is really cool for some nice splitting and, you know, layering of sounds. Then we have the sustain pedal and control pedal, I guess can be toggled, and also that's octave shift right there. So that's interesting. I'm not exactly sure how that will work. But we also have the set list and organize button, because now you can create your own programs as set lists and view your lists in here. So instead of just a simple LED screen with numbers, like you would do on the Electro 4, so you wanted a certain like string sound, you had to remember, oh, it's number 5 or whatever, you know, something like that. Well, now it is very easy because it actually just spells it out for you. It spells out the name of it. So very easy to manage your sounds now, which is great. And then, of course, we have the control pedals. And that is about it for this. I mean, if you want, you can read all this information. I've actually read a lot. Here's all the effects and the main features. And I will have a link to this page to Nord keyboards in the description, as well as links to a few demonstrations of the product if you want to hear that. And I guess that's about it for this video. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. And yes, I'm very excited for this. Can't wait to play it. I know it's going to be a few months, but I'm probably going to go to a music store and just try it out. I'm sure it'll be awesome. And besides that, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.